Alright Kings, welcome to another video. It's your boy Shiraz here, guys. I hope you're winning in life and doing well. We are going to dive into strong men do not need female companionship, guys, okay? I'm going to make the title of this video, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying stay single all your life. I'm not saying stay on your own, never have companionship with a female whatsoever. This is a more kind of in-depth explanation to the fact of your internal strength. You should be developing yourself all the time, guys. Self-development, as I've said numerous occasions, I know I keep repeating this, but it's a constant thing. You're going to have slip-ups. Look at my last video, guys, where I talked about your journey is not straightforward. Your improvement journey is not linear. Here, guys, I'm 50 now and I'm constantly trying to improve myself. I still have constant things that I need to iron out, getting there, but sometimes you go back to old habits, as I've said. But you need to try and develop this inner strength and inner wholeness and completeness, where you don't, as a matter of fact, need anybody. Regardless of even females, but you're quite happy in your solitude. You're quite strong in your isolation, if you are that way, or you just like your solitude. I done a video on that, guys, go and check it. Or you just prefer being single and on your own. You've got to be quite happy with that. And the problem is, too many men in society get themselves into trouble, or get themselves into relationships they can't get out of, or spend a lifetime with the wrong type of women, because they can't be on their own. They don't have the strength to live their lives just comfortably on their own. You know, if in their pathway or their direction in life, they do meet somebody that really connect with, hey, then they may end up having a relationship with that person, and that's a good thing for them. But a lot of men just cannot be on their own. And the only reason I say this is I used to associate with somebody that used to be like this. Okay, he could never be on his own. I mean, he went from toxic relationship to toxic relationship to toxic relationship. So after he got out of one, he'd have to jump in with another. And fellas, these girls weren't they weren't anything on the look scale, or they were like, I'm not being rude in any sense, they were like below average, because that guy didn't have any strength. He was quite weak internally. He couldn't really be on his own. I mean, that was the excuse, spinning plates and just banging chicks and having rotations of women was just like, oh yeah, he's just having rotation of women. But he had more of an internal problem. He couldn't be on his own. So I mean, even coming out of really toxic relationships, he was within a week or 2 weeks, he'd meet somebody else and he'd jump in to another relationship with somebody else, and he would even kind of start staying with the girl. And I mean, some of these girls were like single mothers with children, like 2 or 3. I remember one of them had 2 or 3 children, and he was getting involved in the birthdays and stuff like that. And he'd only met her for like about 3 or 4 months, and he was getting involved in all that. And I thought, this is crazy, because the guy just couldn't be, didn't have any kind of external strength to be on his own. Always had to have a woman, and a woman would complete. Women never complete you, guys. All right, don't make this mistake. It's a Hollywood fantasy. It's like that Con and Jerry Maguire, when Tom Cruise comes in and she's about to leave, and then he comes in with this famous line that all the women ooze at, and he goes, he does his big speech to keep her before Renée Zellweger walks out, makes me barf actually, and then Tom Cruise goes, does all this spiel, and she goes, "You had me at hello," which is just a normal Hollywood fantasy. Okay, that all the women are like, so romantic, but it's a lot of bull. But anyway. Yeah, so he was like that. So you should never be like that, guys. You should have the strength to not need a woman to be with you, or a woman to cohabit with you, or have companionship with you. You should be strong in yourself. you have to be strong. You have to gain that strength, and then guys, hey, yeah, once you've gained that strength, you will navigate better in relationships. A lot of these relationships have these toxic problems and these toxic breakups, and because the man really needs to be the strong point of that. You need to be in a masculine frame, and a lot of the time in these relationships, certainly if you cohabit with a woman, you bring her into your vicinity and you cohabit, and you both live together, you need to have control of your masculine frame. You need to be strong. You need to be willing to walk away, guys. And a lot of guys just don't get to that point when they meet women and they get into relationships, and then the woman starts to do the manipulation. She starts to work on their war of attrition to weaken you. And guys, women do that, they weaken you in these relationships deliberately. I mean, a lot of men in today's modern day society, a lot of men, even you see these kind of highly masculine men that go into relationships, they end up long term. A lot of these men become beta-tized to an extent, guys, and this will happen to a lot of men in these relationships. They become beta-tized because of the cohabitation. They get used to the girl, they form an affection for her. A lot of men are delusional, under delusion, it's love, but they form an affection, and then they kind of slightly weakened in that way. Hey guys, I've been there, done it. And that's where I've learned all these kind of things from. So, hey, and I'm not saying don't go down these relationships routes. I'm saying you have to be strong internally first and not seek a woman, not yet have the need for a woman. Obviously, this is where, I mean, another thing is a lot of men get into these relationships and seek women and constant women to satisfy their sexual desires, and that's why semen retention is probably a good practice, which weans you off that, which gives you the independence from that lust, from those sexual desires. And then once you get that, guys, you become really, really strong. You don't you don't need to satisfy those sexual desires. So you need to have women in your life, or that companionship, or you can't function, sort of starts to subside. It starts to go away. You kind of become more really, really strong on your own, and you don't really feel the need for women. Hey guys, these modern day women, it's this is just where I am at the moment. I cannot deal with them. It's just they, I mean, the state of the modern day dating market, the state of dating nowadays, the state of female attitudes, all this stuff. Hey, it's just a headache. This is a reason a lot of men aren't getting involved with dating anymore. They're not getting involved in even guys, even these kind of beta males now are even turning away women. I mean, you're seeing this on social media, and it's quite comical. Even these beta males are refusing to date these women, and they're crying all over social media. I mean, this is the point it's got up to. So, hey, so stay strong, fellas. Stay strong, and stay in your purpose. Stay independent, not needing the need for female companionship. Hey, and if it comes along, I'm not saying don't engage in it. I'm not saying don't. If you find you feel it's the right type of women that you've met, hey, then you can navigate your way through that. But you have to create an internal strength as a man first, guys. But and personally, in my opinion, I think cohabiting or moving in with these modern day females, guys, is just like absolutely crazy. The state of the way they are just now. I mean, they have such masculine traits now, guys. It's off-putting. It really is. I mean, females are just so out of their feminine state. It's unbelievable, loud, bolshy, masculine frames, and just it's crazy. It's crazy to and this is why men are walking away. They just don't want to deal with the headache. There are still a lot of beta male simps out there, guys, that will settle down and provide and supply to women of less value than them, but you're going to get these beta males. So I'm still out there, guys. But hey, for you guys out there that are strong men that want to be men that are in their path or in their purpose, this is really an important thing for you to achieve and to do. And then guys, you can't women can't control you. Then when you kind of reach this level, because you're just at a place where you can either take them or leave them. They're just the icing on the cake, as I like to say it. You should constantly be on your path to purpose. You should have things going on in your life. And hey, guys, even if you do meet a woman and she starts playing games with you, and she's, oh, I'll leave and this and that, you're like, hey, bye, because you're always on your purpose anyway. A lot of the men can't do this, and they pander to women because they don't really have any purpose before they meet that woman. When you're a strong man and you're independent, you're on your purpose, and you should remain on your purpose even when you're in relationships. And that female starts to play games, she wants to leave you. You're not even going to bother, guys, because your mission came first, your purpose came first. So never stay strong, guys. Never relying co-companionship of a female to complete you, as Jerry Maguire says. You should be able to function independent of females and just be on your mission. And hey, if as I say, if you get into these relationships and you go down that path, then you will be able to navigate it better. But your strengths without them will always be there, and you'll be a strong, independent man. So don't allow women to weaken you, guys. They're getting worse. It's not the Monday females are getting worse, guys. It's just in a hypersexualized society. You've got to try and constantly work and try and make yourself the best man you can, and just not try and give into these things. So with saying that, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, guys. It's quite late in the morning where I am, so I just had to crack out this video for you guys. Okay, guys, with saying that, I'm going to get some sleep, and take care. We'll see you soon. Shiraz out.